Hey YouTubies, how's it going? I might be a little too much, I think I got a little too much light. 1 second, hold that thought. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, I've got all kinds of moths out here right now. How you guys doing? Tonight is another mental health update. I'm not doing the daytime and the other bedroom like I normally do. I'm doing it at nighttime. Excuse my hair. I could not get it to cooperate. Yeah, I think I need it. I have naturally curly hair, but one thing, I need to wash it and really do a deep cleanse and conditioning on it, for one thing. But also, I think I needed to dig out the curling iron, which I haven't dug out a curling iron. I have curling irons. I haven't dug out a curling iron to actually use it in years. But I think tonight I needed to. So I just couldn't get it to cooperate. So it's just kind of... Anywho, how are you guys doing? Yeah, this is a mental health update. Some ways I'm doing better. In some ways I'm not doing better. That makes any sense. I'll explain. Since in my last video I explained that I've been use a mental visionary thing of taking my baggage out of a duffel bag and putting it up on a visualizing that, putting it up on a mantle. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because all the moths. I keep wondering if one's going to come flying at me because I'm so pale. You know, attracting the moths. But okay, don't look at the moths, Vikki. Don't look at the moths. But yeah, I've been taking my baggage out of the bag and putting it up on the mantle. That is actually helping me so much since I've started doing that. You have no idea. Well, actually, some of you might, but I go to a therapist, but he doesn't give me all of these little ideas. I have to come up with stuff like this on my own. So when I go to him, he's not the type of therapist that you normally talk to, I guess. I could if I need to. He's more, what is he called? Oh, I can't think of the word now. CBD or CBT, cognitive behavior therapy is what he does. Him and I don't really so much talk unless I need to talk about something. He gives me ideas and suggestions of things for coping skills, like deep breathing, meditation, things like that. My hair, you stay over there. Oh my God, there's a big moth came flying. But yeah, he does that kind of therapy. I could talk to him about things if I need to. I know some people, they go to therapy, to different types of therapists where they actually talk about their past and, you know, dredge up everything that has happened to them and all that kind of stuff. That's okay if that works for them. For me, I didn't want that. That didn't feel like it was right for me. That's why I like going to this guy. Some ways he could be better sometimes, but still, he's pretty good. I like him. He's a nice guy. But gosh, my hair. You can see some grays in there. But I need to quit filling my hair. He gives me coping skills and stuff, and how do I say it? The visualization idea that I was talking about, I come up with that idea on my own, and that is, like I said, has really helped me so much because I have a lot of baggage. A lot more than I ever realized, because so much of it I had stuffed into that bag, and, you know, metaphorically, and have forgotten a lot of things from my past and things like that, especially from my childhood. And so being able to do this idea to take things out and put things up on a mantle. Granted, in my visualization, my mantle is always neat and clean, but I have so much baggage to go up there. But yeah, that has actually helped. Another idea that has helped is that he got me started on was deep breathing. You really breathe in deep, count to like between 6 and 8, and then let out. That has helped out so much. Especially lately, last night, and I think like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I'm not sure exactly. I don't know for sure what happened. I don't know if the first time, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I don't know if my blood pressure got too low, or if my blood sugar got too low, or what the heck happened, or if I took too much medication of something. I don't know. I try to keep track of all that stuff, but I don't know what happened. And I had how do you say it? I thought I was, because of everything that was going on, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And I get up, I was nauseous. I thought I was going to throw up, dizzy, lightheaded. Thought I was going to pass out, all this kind of stuff. I actually thought I was going to have a heart attack. Well, I went to the doctor. I did talk to her about it. And it might have been longer than 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm not sure. Anyway, I did talk to my doctor about it. And the way her and the nurses talked, it sounded like a very bad anxiety attack, which that could have been. I might have got my blood pressure or blood sugar, I'm not sure which, too low, and then, panicking because I didn't know what that feeling was, and then, have an anxiety attack, and that just making things even worse. So, but oh, my alarm, bedtime. But I did, lost my train of thought, dang it. What was I saying? Talked to the doctor. Oh, that night, I didn't know what was going on, and my heart rate was just like going out of this world. That was another thing I forgot to mention, was my heart rate. It was just going crazy. A little bright. But I couldn't get my heart rate to stop racing. So if I finally got the smarts enough to remember to I have a phone next to me, and to Google what to do to get your heart rate to slow down. And one of the things that I found that they suggested was deep breathing. I'm like, wow, why didn't I think of that? So simple. I do that all the time when I'm having other issues. Do deep breathing. So I did the deep breathing, and that helped. Last night, I had another issue. Again, I don't know if it's, this time I think it was blood pressure issues. I think I got too low. My blood pressure's been doing a lot better lately. So it's not been as, why are you low in space? I haven't done anything on you. Sorry, phone's telling me it's low in space. These little annoyances. Gosh dang it, another interruption. Oh. My blood pressure got low. My blood pressure's been doing better. It used to be like high pretty much all the time. It still is occasionally. But lately it's been actually in a good range. Usually they have me on where I'm taking three different kinds of blood pressure medications in the morning, and 3 different kind of blood pressure medications at night. But on the nights, well, the days that I'm doing better, my blood pressure is not as high, I don't take all 3 of those. No way. So where my blood pressure range has been, I've been taking, because it's not low, or not been low, but it's not been high. It's kind of in between. So I've been taking 2 in the morning and night. And that's what I've normally gotten in the habit of doing. Well, last night it was in an even better range, and silly me, I probably should have only taken 1 blood pressure pill, but I took 2, plus my anxiety medication and my depression medication, and a sleep pill, and 30 milligrams of another medication that the doctor had recently put me on to help slow down my brain, to help stop the body picking, which I'm still having a horrible issue with that. I'll get to that in a minute if I don't get distracted again. So I had an issue last night, and I got all really sick, and I think both nights I had, 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, and then last night, I think what it was is I was having whatever issue, but then to add 2 things, I was having an extreme anxiety attack. I've had anxiety attacks for a long time, until recently when I got them under control. Thanks to my therapist, I've learned how to get them under control. But these 2, man, they were like, if they were anxiety attacks, they were like amplified. Wow. Out of this world amplified. So, I did the deep breathing. But even today, I don't know if it's still anxiety or what the deal is, because even tonight, this morning I checked my blood pressure. It was like 97 over something, which is really good for me. Usually it's like 150 or above on the top number. Tonight, and then tonight it was 101 over something. Still good. Both this morning and tonight, I didn't need to take any medication for my blood pressure. Excuse me, which is awesome. I love it when I don't have to actually take anything. So, but, sorry, I got it's a little chilly out here. On a side note, I am still having extreme issues with the body picking. It's actually gotten worse. So, the doctor, she originally put me on this new medication that's supposed to help slow down my brain. She said that most people start out at 25 milligrams to help slow down the brain, so they stop the compulsive, repetitive actions. But she started me out at 10 milligrams to see how things go. Tried it for a week or thereabouts. Didn't feel like it was doing a bit of good. So without consulting her, I upped it to 20 milligrams. Should have consulted her, I know. But even at 20 milligrams, I still was not feeling like it was doing any good. I did that for another week and a half, I think. Each time I try to give myself enough time for the medication to adjust to my body a little bit. So that wasn't working, so I upped it to 30 milligrams. From this point on, I'm not upping it anymore unless I talk to her, because I don't want to take a chance of going too far. I don't think my issues last night or even the previous time were because of this new medication, though. So I don't think I was even on the new medication yet when I had the other anxiety attack. But so I'm having quite the issue. So I'm looking up online and trying to find videos and things of that nature that other people have suggestions and advice and ideas of how they have overcame the body picking. And one idea I got was put a band-aid or rubber band around your wrist, so when you get that urge, you just kind of pluck a little bit, enough to, I guess you say, sort of stimulate your brain to where you're not focused on phone. There it goes. Where you're not as focused on wanting to pick. So I just started this, I think, last night. So I'm hoping that this helps a little bit. Another idea I'm going to do later, once I find my yarn, or I might have to buy some yarn, I'm not sure, is put a little string of yarn around your finger. Because for me, I feel around on my body to feel for the texture, for the flaws in my skin. I think that's what it is I'm trying to find the flaws in myself and smooth things over. I think it's like a psychological thing. I was telling Anthony about this the other night. It was last night? The other night? I was having a really hard time with things to the point I was almost in tears. Actually, I think I was in tears a little bit. He actually hugged and held me for quite a while, probably 20 minutes, and just let me talk and ramble and everything. And I was telling him that I'm trying to stop doing the body picking, but it's like I can't stop. It's like it's an obsession. I don't even know how I got started on it, but it's like I can't stop. So I'm trying to find ways to change my patterns. If I have to find a new pattern, but at least that's not a destructive, this is not a destructive pattern. Whereas the body picking is destroying my body. I've had people, when in the store, they see my skin and they shy away as if have some kind of horrible disease or a meth head or something. And I know it's embarrassing for Anthony. I know it is. So I'm trying to stop. It's hard. But like I was telling him while he was holding me and everything and let me ramble on like a freight train, I come to realize that I think I don't have the anxiety attacks like I used to, and I don't have the nightmares and night terrors like I used to. Every once in a while I have a nightmare, but not very often. Just very rarely. I used to have them all the time. A couple times a night. It's like I told him, it's almost like I've replaced those habits, those really habits of, having anxiety and nightmares and night terrors, but I've replaced those and replaced it with the body picking. Self-harming myself while trying to smooth out the imperfections in my skin, the imperfections in my life and all that. So, which I so need to talk to my therapist and tell him about all this. I don't talk to him about a lot of my past, but I tell him about, I do talk to him about things that are going on in the current state of my mind, like ideas I've come up with, like the baggage and putting it up on the mantle. I tell him about that, and the ideas I found online were, replacing the bad habit of the body picking with a little bit of plucking when I get that need to do something. It's been hard though. I don't know how I even got started. It looks okay-ish right now. I hide it most of the time. I keep calamine lotion on it because it's so embarrassing. And I've even actually taken concealer makeup that I use on my face and put on my arms to conceal the owies because it's so embarrassing. But I'm trying. I really am. I will get there. I'm determined of that. I will get over this. I will stop body picking and any other negative habits I've done. I've read, actually I think I was on a video even, both video and reading, that body picking is a mild form of self-harm. It's not like cutting. but it is a mild form of self-harm. I had an ex-friend that I talked to a while back, and he didn't think that body picking was self-harm. But when you get to the stage that I am, when you have sores just everywhere, all up down your arms, where it looks like you have chicken pox, or you've taken meth or anything like that, it is a form of self-harm. I am harming myself, and I know it. I usually do the body picking at night when the room is dark and I can't see, and everything feels, my skin feels like I'm getting things smoothed out. But man, when I wake up in the morning and I have red blotches everywhere, yeah, it's not working that way. Not how I think it does in my brain. So, and then the last thing I want to talk about is yesterday was Anthony and I's 25th wedding anniversary. And if I thought about things sooner, I would have not had a doctor's appointment set up for him on our anniversary. It was our 25th anniversary, and we had his doctor's appointment, and then just went to Burger King for lunch because we just too pooped to pop to do anything else, any cookout or anything like that. So tonight we did the cookout, but which I'll post that video later. But we went and seen his endocrinologist. They didn't actually say what his kidney function is at right now, but I know it's getting worse because they are starting to talk to him more seriously about the future, his future, and dialysis. They haven't mentioned anything about any moth. Sorry. Any transplant as of yet. You know, put him on a waiting list. But they have started talking to him about what do you call it? Dialysis. So within the next 2 months, he's got 2 classes he's got to go to that are like discussion classes to go over with him information about dialysis. So I didn't know it, but I guess there's like a couple different ways that they can do dialysis now. But this way that he has the information and knowledge about dialysis so that he can make the decision that he wants to make when that time comes. So the doctor said that him being on dialysis, it may not happen today, and it may not happen tomorrow, may not happen next week, may not happen 9 months from now. But he wants Anthony to go to these classes so that he can at least start getting educated about things, so that he can make a educated decision and choice of what he wants to do. So I worry about him. He's a pain in the butt sometimes. Oh my goodness. You have no idea. But, and I know a lot of you in past have told me you think he's abusive and all this kind of stuff. He's not anywhere like he used to be before he got put on medication for diabetes, when he got diagnosed. Back then he was a lot worse. We didn't know he was diabetic back then. And oftentimes he was like an angry drunk. And I had all kinds of issues with him. That's why in past I have left him 3 times. So, you know, he has been worse. But since he's been diagnosed with diabetes, I think 2012? Yeah, I think so. 11 or 12. And put on medication for it. I kid you not, is like I've married a whole new man. I mean, I know that a lot of you think that he's abusive. No, honey. This is mild compared to what he used to be. The way he is now, he is a pain in the butt. I can tolerate with how he is a pain in the butt now. And of course, as time has gone on, and through therapy and stuff, I have learned to find my voice. And when I have issues with him, let him know with my I statements, as the therapist calls them, to let him know, hey, I love you, but I really don't appreciate how you talk to me, you know, at this time, or treat me this time, and things like that. That has actually helped so much. I mean, because always before in the past, I've always been very passive, very quiet and everything, and I wouldn't speak my mind. And because that's how I was raised. I was raised to not speak my mind. I wasn't allowed to speak my mind as a kid and growing up. So, and same with him. So because of it, we've always, in past, until just last couple of years, have had major communication problems. But now that we're getting older, we are learning a little bit more, and we actually do communicate a lot more. Like last night, the other night, me standing while he hugged and cuddled me and just let me ramble on. You know, used to in the past, we didn't do that. That was the way we were raised. We didn't communicate. It was a no-no in our houses. So, the wind's kicking up and my light is like shifting. It's like wobbling. I think a storm was trying to roll in. But, it's a little chilly out here. But, what time is it? 26. Okay. I'm going to finish up here just a little bit. But yeah, so yeah, he is quite often a pain in the butt, and I know a lot of you see that he gives me a hard time on video, and if he gives me too much of a hard time, it's hard for me to speak out to him while on video, because, you know, I want to do that in private. But if I have too much of an issue with him, I do talk to him in private afterwards. But most of the time, the way he is, I'll take him the way he is now, way over the way he used to be years ago. Oh, he was bad. I kid you not, he was like an angry drunk all the time. It was major verbal abuse, all kinds of stuff. So I don't want to get into all that. Yeah. But we're working on things, and we've been together 25 years. That's a long time. 26 if you count the 8 months that well, almost 26. If you count the 8 months before we were married. So, which, by the way, hang on here. When he proposed to me, we'd only been dating 10 days. 10 consecutive days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. Something like that. You know, date every day. Excuse me. We went to the Metro North Mall, and we were just walking around aimlessly, and we just happened to walk into a Kriegel's jewelry store. And I wasn't thinking anything of it. I just was looking at emerald rings, because my birthstone is emerald, and I was dreaming and drooling of eventually getting an emerald ring, even just a small one. And the next thing I knew, he pulled me over to the diamond rings that he'd seen and proposed to me right there in the Kriegel store. In some ways it wasn't the most romantic way of proposing, but at the same time it is, because it was 10 days after our first date. Most people would think that was insane, and for me to say yes, I had to have been insane to say yes 10 days after. But yes, I said yes. And I could have picked out a big rock for a, my phone would be an issue, give me issues again. Picked out a big old rock for a engagement ring, but that's just not the way I am. I picked out a little tiny diamond ring. I don't even remember how many carats it was, which unfortunately I lost that ring and a bunch of other valuable items when I was in Texas. When I left Anthony and went to Texas to try to start over, that didn't work out. And the ex-friend from there kept a lot of my belongings along with my engagement ring. But that's a whole different story. But yeah, I picked out a little tiny ring because that's just how I am. And then, let's see, he bought a little tiny engagement ring, diamond engagement ring for me to wear on the days that I wasn't working. But I also had a little thin gold band he bought for me that I could wear at work, because we both worked at the pasta factory in Excelsior Springs, that's my hometown at that time. That way I could always wear a ring, you know, one or both. Same with when we got actually married. He gave me his mom's diamond wedding ring, which she gave to him on her deathbed. She died of bone cancer. I only got to meet her once before she died. And she was in her deathbed at that time. But she gave him a diamond wedding ring that was hers. It's like a little flower, and it's got a little tiny diamond in the middle. Nothing big, nothing fancy, but it's beautiful. He gave that to me to wear when we got married. And I could wear it on my days off. But he also gave me a wedding band that I could wear to work, because we weren't allowed to wear any jewelry with stones and stuff like that. So we could only wear bands. So yeah, when I get a chance, I'll have to bring out my ring that was his mother's and show it sometime. Two bugs just flew by, like they were doing a little mating dance or something. Okay, keep it over there. Go get a room. Jeez. Ugh, I got heebie-jeebies. But anywho, so yeah, a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you could do better." Maybe I could, but I've had guys flirt with me and everything, and none of the guys that have ever flirted with me I would want to be with. They're bigger jerks than he is, believe it or not. So no, if he ever passes away, I can't predict the future, of course, but at this stuff. No. Hang on. Phone issues. Hold on. Hold that thought. Okay. Hopefully, I cleaned some things out on my phone. Hopefully it'll give me a chance to at least finish up this last sentence. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. And I'll catch you guys again later when I have more space on my phone. I am planning on getting a new phone soon, and hopefully it'll have a lot more space than this thing. So this one's having a lot of issues. So, all right. Catch you guys later. Hopefully I have better looking hair next time. Oh my goodness. It's driving me nuts. I'm sitting here fiddling with it because it's just like... Alright. Bye-bye. Love y'all.